Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are back for the second semi-final of the Hong Kong Sevens. We now know it will be New Zealand making their way through to the next stage. It was a close game up against France, winning at 12 points to 7. This game, though, Fiji taking on Great Britain. It's a little bit of an unknown for this contest. Fiji ranked a lot higher. Fiji have scored a lot more points in their earlier matches, beating some tough sides such as Argentina, Samoa, and South Africa. But now, Great Britain, after getting themselves a couple big wins, including one over the USA, find themselves in a massive opportunity, maybe go further in Hong Kong than they ever have. Looking through this Fiji starting lineup, it will be Josefa Talatholo, Tavira Dalguno, also Josesi Batitarenga, Waisea Natungu, alongside Manueli Mai Samoa, Filippo Bucayaro, and Viwa Nadovalo. So back into the starting lineup. Samoa versus Ireland, yes or no? There's Ali Hills. For this one, it is Samoa Island at 9:50 p.m. for that matchup. Now, it is going to be a big opportunity. But yeah, it's going to be a great game when we do cover it on the channel. And go Fiji, go, says Rakesh, and I want Fiji to win. To challenge our boys in the black. British too soft, says Spider Mech. And we've seen New Zealand versus Fiji be finals quite a few times in the past. They will want to continue with that same trend. But for this Great British side, it will be Ethan Waddleton, Jamie Barden, Tom Williams, Max McFarland, Robbie Ferguson, Callum Barreto, and Will Homer. Now, a special mention to Femi Sofalaran. He'll be coming off the bench for Great Britain. I think he could be a real impact player. And also for the Fijians, Balatha and Ioane Teba going to be coming off the bench in this game. But the Fijians, they will be kicking off this contest. Now, last live stream, the scoreboard did not work at all. I'm hoping this one will. Fingers crossed. Let's see how it goes. But Fiji going to be kicking off this one from right to left in the contest for the semi-final spot up against New Zealand. It's kicked long. It's kicked very long. The ball's still rolling. It's in the in-goal area. And I believe they are going to be heading right back out now to... Actually, it's a free kick. It's going all the way back to halfway. And it is a free kick for Great Britain. So a little bit of an overcook there on that kick for Fiji. Natungu tried to go deep. He saw the gap in behind that was relatively open. Okay, they forced it immediately, so it's a free kick is the comment there from the referee. Anyone wondering about the Warriors game as well versus the Sharks? They are 30 points all with 4 minutes remaining. See that the scoreboard once again has gone to sleep. Any tries that are scored, we will be putting right down the bottom with the scoreboard just here. And it does take place. But currently 1 minute into this matchup. Kalen Barreto feeding the ball in for Team GB. Nice hook back. Going to the right-hand side. They've actually committed all of their men to this right-hand side as well. Now a nice cut on the inside from Max McFarland. Ferguson back across to Barreto. And for Team GB, it's just about keeping their hands on the ball through these early stages, although now might be about running for the corner. Great tackle made by Nadovalo there on Tom Williams. Did score himself a try in the last fixture. Tom Williams up against the USA. Will Homer tries to step, look like a giraffe on ice skates there, not quite able to get the feet underneath him. Barreto back across to the left-hand side now. Another step. Looks like it's getting very grippy at the moment. Fiji, bad mistakes there, Spider-Meek. And now Ferguson through. Looks for the offload on the inside. Doesn't have someone in support, though. Back across. It's going to be Jamie Barden. Goes to Barreto. Ball almost considered going out wide, but instead will take the contact here. Ethan Waddleton. Now Barreto sees the space, sees the opportunity. You could see the face change and the acceleration start to increase. Was he held? They say no. Now back to the short side. Ferguson through, and it's going to be the try for Great Britain, getting the first of the match, and they are continuing their momentum that they have from their game up against the USA. GB is the underdog team, will beat Fiji, says Walter, and Tosavetti says Tups and there as well. But the first try of the contest going to be scored by none other than Team GB. I wonder whether or not if I go like this, there we go, and we will add that down there, and we will go with the real score as well, which is Fiji sitting on the nil, and Great Britain now move themselves up to 5. But yeah, normally the scoreboard would automatically update. Today it has decided that it doesn't want to. Just to confuse it, I've put the teams around the wrong way. I'll quickly fix that just because or else then it will look very confusing. We'll go like this. Great Britain, they did get the successful kick over, played their third ever semi-final. Previous two were in 2021 they've put. But Fiji now being down by 7, that should be the wake-up call that Fiji do need. There we go. We are typing frantically, but we've now got it up on the screen, ladies and gentlemen. And also, are they maybe delayed with the scoreboard at the moment? But the Kiwi lads will keep you posted. And for Fiji forever, says Viniana. Looks like a bit of a mistake there from Filippo Bukiaro. You can see the frustration on the Fijian side's face. 3.5 minutes gone already, and they haven't really been able to find their feet. My Viti, Tosa Viti from Tufts May is going for Britain as well. And also we have got there for Kawa Viti, says Tufts. Fiji all the way, says Viniana. But now Great Britain have got themselves another scrum feed. A majority of the position throughout the early stages of the match. And that was all from that Fiji first kick when they put it too far. Free kick from the halfway line for GB, and they were able to make the absolute most of a nice inside ball. Ferguson tackled hard. Barreto going back across now. Will Homer with a bit of a skip goes out wide now. Opportunity again for Max McFarland. Charges hard. Makes a few extra meters. Steady Viti go Fiji. Says Faze there. Now inside ball. Barreto goes to Homer. It was a forward pass, right? That is the first real mistake that we're seeing from Great Britain. And now this is the time for Fiji to be able to counter back and get themselves back on the scoring sheet. We're able to get themselves a tough fought victory up against South Africa in their quarterfinal. Before that, hard game up against Argentina. Tough game up against Samoa. One-sided game up against the Canadians, undefeated in 39 of their past 40 games in Hong Kong since 2014. So they don't lose often, and they don't plan on losing this game, that's for sure. Anisi has said, go Fiji, go, and go Fiji, says Viniana. Now Bukayaro back across to the right-hand side. Nathungu now going to Mai Samoa with a good step on the outside, back in his space. Max McFarland, though, drives him into touch. Says, no, sir, you're not going around me outside. Now quick tap, or quick throw in from Team GB. Rough pass from Barreto. That's going to be Ford just slipping out of his hands. He's disappointed there. Tosaviti says, Eliza, and go GB, go, says Walter. Now Fiji, a little bit of a gift to have that ball back in their favour, but huge hit from Max McFarland on My Samoa. Right. Fiji, 30 metres out from Great Britain's line. New Zealand got a penalty in the last minute, and the Warriors actually just won the game up against the Sharks. Ladies and gentlemen, with 21 seconds left. Okayaro now going back across to the left-hand side. Little bit of a skip there. My Samoa, big hit on him by Will Homer, but he still manages to get back up to his feet. That is twice in a row that man has been smashed. But they know how dangerous he can be. Nadovalo, in fact, sorry, it was Talatoro, has the ball stripped out of his hands. Now Team GB once again in possession. Will Homer tries to step through, driven backwards by Nadovalo with a lot of physicality in that challenge. Barreto once again looks off to his left-hand side. I think Great Britain might be just looking for the halfway line and maybe half time to be able to kick this ball into touch. Going to be another big tackle made on Tom Williams. Now Waddleton goes across to Barreto. Now space starting open up for the Fijians. Straight through. Good tackle made there by Talatoro. Puts the body on the line and wins the penalty for the Fijians as well. 13 seconds remain in the half. This is when Fiji need to get themselves the try. Wide cutout pass to the right. Nadovalo now. Try scoring machine in the normal season. Batitaringa runs it hard at the line. 3 GB players there, but the only one who makes the tackle on him in the end was, I believe it would have been, I've forgotten his name, Robbie Ferguson. How can you forget that name? Scored 2 tries in the last match. Nathungu, inside ball to Talatolo. Found the offload on the outside. Here come Fiji. That'll be their first try of the contest right at the end of the first half. So that'll make them even going into the second. And that is something that definitely Great Britain wanted to avoid, because when you're going into a second half, even points with Fiji, normally you don't walk away from that second half with more points than the Flying Fijians. Definitely not with a 39 out of the last 40 games they have not lost here in Hong Kong. Talatholo gluing in all of the defenders. Fiji, says Viniana. Also, what is the score right now? It is 7-all. We've got it down here rather than on the scoreboard, mainly because the online scoreboard is currently not working. But yeah, 7 points each for these two sides at halftime. And it was scored by Waisia Nathunu. 7-all go. Fiji go, says Rafael. But halftime in this contest. Great Britain just let it go right at the end. Hard luck, boys, says May. Yeah, they've still got a very good chance. Like at the end of the day, they got that early opportunity. I think what happened there? Hines missed a conversion. Is that for the Kiwis? It might have been. Oh, in fact, sorry, it's actually a missed conversion for the Sharks, I do see. Do you like the Zinger box, I assume that is from KFC? I mean, I haven't really had KFC much this year. It's all right. It just depends on the KFC that you get a little bit. Like, I much prefer getting something like if I get something from KFC, it's chicken mainly rather than the burgers or anything like that. All the best, Fiji, says Amorsi, and cheers to both teams. There's Mr. Loom. The heat is on for Fiji, says Viniana. That man is dressed as a giant rugby ball, but he is having an absolutely fantastic time, as he should be. At the end of the day, we are at the Sevens. A nice double high five there. Are these flight attendants? I think it is. I think that it's because it is the Top Gun song. Rather than going with the actual fight of pilots, they've decided to instead go with the flight attendants for it as well. But there are a lot of people in attendance. We're still looking around for Tim, also known as Rugby Itch, one of the other guys we have worked with on YouTube. A bit of coordination there between the dancers by the looks of it. But now the second half just about to get back underway. Fiji not having much position in that first half, but still managing to get the score to sit 7 points each at this stage of the match. Like they've said, if it sticks like this, they're going to golden point. Sorry, but the Sharks, how they blow 20-0 lead against New Zealand Warriors. Yeah, they won't be happy with it at all. Fiji versus City, Great Britain. Show them Fiji, says PT, and release the fire. And thanks, commentator, says Joshua, that kick is going to be out this time, actually. GB making the mistake off kickoff. Maybe it's just going that way. And stay on your grind, Fiji. You are in the zone. And Tosavisi says Akta, and they've certainly got the position, or they've certainly got the momentum now with scoring that last minute try in the half highway to the danger zone. Kenny Loggins, Top Gun theme, says David. Is the new Top Gun? Has it got a new song by, is it One Republic who's sing that? The one that goes, I don't want to get copyrighted, so I won't do too much of it. And go, Fiji, go, says Saira. I'm surprised I can still whistle at this point. I'm like, that's the thing. If I ever lose my voice, I'll just whistle for these live streams. I'm sure you guys won't mind. Dear, says Nate. You go, the Warriors, says Don't Tell Deaf, and go, Fiji, go, says Salasa. And go, Fiji, go, says Saira. So whoever wins this match, they will be going on to face up against New Zealand. Another Valo, though. He's through, and that was brilliant work. Another assist goes to Josefa Talatholo. That is twice in a row. He has been able to nail it. I am worried. That's the song, says Ollie's World there. I wager over 18.5 in the first half. What they end up with 14 in the end. Great comeback from the Warriors, says, sorry, it is T. Oriwa Tipo, hopefully I said that correctly, and Tosaviti Toso says Akta. So anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We are covering the final as well, which at the moment seems like it's going to be setting up for a Fiji versus New Zealand final. I know, right, Fiji all the way. But, of course, the game is not over yet. I just realized I have to update the scoreboard. So we will add that try for the Fijians. Should be an easy kick. And, just sneaks it in. It wasn't as easy as it should have been. That now going to be 5 minutes remaining in this one. Fiji will be kicking this one off again. And it isn't Nathungu who is going for the kick. And the Warriors beat the Sharks 32-30. They certainly did with the last-minute penalty from Sean Johnson. Nice pronunciation, Hamish. Says T. Oriwatipo. Thank you very much. We kicked high. I only know 2 sentences in Maori from my whole term that we did at school. For some reason, we only did 1 term, and then they were like, no, you can go back to doing like woodwork and whatnot. So I know ka te koe e tira wiki, and homa e rima kotahi tonu kata kata. That's a great run from Team GB. He's going through, and this might be the equalising try. It's going to be Tom Williams now who scores it. This game is far from over, ladies and gentlemen. Get him back. Don't be surprised if GB pull off a win says David the Mob. But Tom Williams, he scored in the last game. He's now scored in this game. It's going to be an important kick. Go like this, like that. It was a great step. And we will go like that. There we go. The big Welshman, I've said, has scored the try. Tom Williams. Conversion, important. It's a tough one. Can he get it over? It's kicked high. It's got plenty of height on it. It goes over. And it's 14 points to 14 now in this matchup. I'm impressed, says Te Oriwa Tipo. I know that a lot of people didn't really do a lot of Māori during Māori, but yeah, I learned a couple sentences. I think I just mispronounced it as well. I think I said V in there rather than the W. That's just from the Fijian names that one snuck in. And come on, Fiji Tosso, says Claire Tossofetti, says Daniel there as well. It's not over till the fat lady sings. Well, breaking news, Sammy Johnson just kick the winning points for the Warriors. Yeah, 32 points to 30 in the end. Had it up on the phone as well, just checking in to see how they ended up going. But brilliant work from the Warriors and brilliant work now from the youngster Palatha. He was the impact player. Oh, penalty against him for rolling. Now another opportunity for Great Britain. Quick tap taken. Going off to the left-hand side here. Will Homer. Now one more pass. Here comes Max McFarlane. Good spin out of the tackle with Fiji. You can hear the crowd really starting to rally behind the Great British side. Kalen Barreto goes across again. Now stepping, not going through though. I believe that would have been Jamie Barton. And Cole's score close game, says Blues Nate. Now Will Homer goes himself, moves up to 22 out at the moment. Oh, that's out. So the Fijis, they didn't quite get it. Oh, they've called him offside. Tell you what, he was very unlucky there. I thought that was going to be available for him to grab. The ball bounced out the back. He tried to grab it and the referee penalised him for offside. Now if you're Great Britain, they go for the scrum. It looked like it was available, so you possibly count your lucky blessings there if you're GB. And you take on that opportunity now that it has been given. And go GB go, says Walter Dozovetti hard. I hope on you and go defence or go Fiji defence. The Warriors bounce back for the win. Not crying anymore, says Nazi Williams. Only crying tears of joy, eh, Nazi? Now 22 metres out. Going to be Great Britain with the feed. Still plenty of time left in this game. Even if Great Britain score, maybe Fiji have got the chance of getting one in the near future. This is the score as well, I should mention, ladies and gentlemen. 14 to 14. Scoreboard still is not actually working for these contests. Now, he's fallen over. Who was that? Femi Sofalaren. I said that he was going to be my impact player off the bench. All he's done is made impact with the ground with his belly after tripping. Now out wide, Tom Williams, the try scorer. Bulla go Fiji. There's Nazi Williams. Back across here. Kalen Barreto slinging pass. Ferguson in the midfield. One more. Going to the right-hand side. Wrestled down. That time it is going to be Morgan Williams. Almost available for Fiji in the breakdown. Barreto goes to the short side. Just sticks to the hands of Williams. Now back again. 90 seconds remaining. Ross McCann running hard. The Scotsman knocks the ball on, though. Fiji now will get the last chance. Second on the NRL ladder, New Zealand, says Blues. Now, that's very impressive for the Kiwis. But now Fiji with 80 seconds remaining. We know that they scored right at the end of the first half of this contest. Have they got one more try in them to take their way through to the final up against New Zealand? That is the big question at the moment on everyone's mind. Fiji, don't lose that your pocket will full of joy, says Alassa. And also, come on, Fiji, get the W. They're close. 20th Cup semi-finals in Hong Kong for the Fijians. 14 wins, 5 losses. They haven't lost to Great Britain in a very long time. Minutes left on the clock. Exactly 1 minute left now on the clock. Fiji feeding the ball in. Big scrum from Team GB. Ball gets stuck. They've got the advantage. They'll get the penalty as well. Looks like Fiji want to possibly slow this one down. Do you kick it for touch or do you take the quick tap? I think they will kick this one downfield into touch. You have to make sure that it finds the touchline, though. It's curving around. Does go out now for Fiji. 30 seconds left. I will mention if this game remains at 14 apiece at the end of the 14 minutes, they will be going to golden point time in this fixture. Vanaka Viti Toso Tiko, says Joshua, and go Fiji, says Amosi, and go GB, says Sam in there as well. But now ball going to be thrown in for Tamani. 15 seconds. He's got to take it. He's got to throw it. He does. Goes to Talatholo. He's got extremely long arms, but it's put down by Tamani. Advantage now in favor of Team GB. Big run from Bavadra, but that is a massive mistake from the Fijians. The youngster, Tereo Tamani, puts it down. Now, Great Britain have themselves the last attack of the matchup. Or do they? The Fijians can get the ball back. They'll have a great crack, but now another big run from Bavadra over the ball for Fiji. Not quite able to get it. Now going short side. Great pick up there. Down the short side from Sofalaran. 25 metres between him and the try line and between Great Britain, making it to a final for the first time in a long time. Barreto now back across now to one of the more experienced players, Robbie Ferguson. One more ball on the outside. Nice step on the inside. Over the ball, though, for Fiji. Penalty goes their way. How long are these games? 14 minutes, 7 minutes a half, but this one might be going a little bit longer. Fiji take the quick tap. That is risky with them being so deep in their own territory, but they've decided it is worth a crack. Wide cutout pass. Ioane Teba skipping down the wing. Sells the dummy as if he was going to throw it. Now it's the loose ball. Great Britain have the chance to grab that ball. It's available at the back, and it's a mistake from the Fijians again, but hands on the ball. Another penalty. They'll take it. Quick tap taken by Sofalaran. In fact, it's going to be Barreto. Now off to Bavadra. His hands get tied up, but his feet do not. Still driving forward, the big man in the number 23 jersey. Now Barreto cuts it back across. Big opportunity. Ross McCann, 5 metres out from the line, make that 3. But Talatholo loses his footing. He gets the ball back for the Fijians, and the line break's available. Now it's going to be a foot race with the number 20, Volley, Tui, Vai. By the time I finish his name, he's not going to be at the try line yet. 22 metres out. Fiji give the ball back to Great Britain. It's a knock-on advantage. Oh, no. They've called it as a double knock-on. Did Fiji knock it on in the process, though? We're going to golden point time, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that was a bit intense, wasn't it? Just a tad. Just a little bit of feeling in that last few moments. The Fijians almost running the length of the field. How much time left? That is full time. So now we go to extra time, ladies and gentlemen, and that is golden point. Whoever wins this goes on and gets the whole thing. They will move through to the final to take on New Zealand. It was great work from Volley, Tui, Vai, but it was great work, a diving catch. See, I'm not really seeing a Fijian knock on in that breakdown. I don't know whether or not I'm missing it, but I thought that was going to be play on, and then Josefa Talatholo may have been able to run her in. Right, Fiji get to decide if they want the ball or they want to decide what direction they want to go. That is the choice. Good commentating, says Rikavanti, and heart-stopping stuff, says Luke there. Right. Great Britain going to go downwind by the looks of it. Second half just about, well, not even second half, golden point time. About to get underway, ladies and gentlemen. There has to be a winner in this fixture. Is it going to be GB or is it going to be Fiji? 14-14 in regular time. Pretty even in the stats, although Great Britain, they managed to visit the Fiji in 22 6 times, only scoring the twice. Fiji making 31 tackles. That is more than we have seen pretty much in any match in Hong Kong so far, but they only missed the 5. And T. Oriwa Tapao has said, this is great. Nice coverage, you make it exciting, says Nazi Williams, and this certainly is going to be an exciting finish to this match between the two sides. Fiji now, they will be, I believe, kicking off rather than receiving. It's a good play because you do want to try and force the opposition deep into their own 22 here, or try and go short and retain the kickoff. But the Fijians, as long as they don't go so deep as what they did for the last one when they did end up kicking that ball too far. That child is asleep. He's missing the whole game. But he's certainly missing a good one. Right, yes, they can't stay together, Fiji, says Luke there. Right, Fiji about to kick this one off to the Great British side. Shout out BDG. Says Stephen, isn't he a WWE YouTuber? If I'm not wrong. Nice taken. 5 Fiji. Oh, that's hit him in the face, but he slapped it back. So it's going to be play on now. It's going to be volley. Tuive trying to charge at the line. Tackled down 40 metres out for the line. Penalty won by Great Britain. So now they have got the momentum in this golden point time. First try, first point will win it and go through to the matchup against New Zealand in the final. The loser of this match will face up against, that's the thing, I can't even remember. It's going to be France, in fact. That's how hectic this game has been. I've forgotten that anything has happened throughout this competition up till this point. Fiji says Alina there, and 14 all. Golden point coming up. Vinny T says Viniana. And there's our go. Fiji goes, says Tamaiti. And GB versus New Zealand final says Lonsdale. More like last try wins. You know, who knows? Maybe we see a drop kick attempt by one of these sides, or a penalty is more likely, I think. Ball fed in by Team GB. Barreto, you have to wonder how much the lungs are hurting here for these players. Fatigue is going to be setting in. That's a penalty to Fiji now. They'll try and take the quick tap, but it is just not quite sticking to the hands now. Taken quickly for the Fijians. Can they create their moment that they need to get over the line? Kicked him behind. Going for the chip and chase. Don't think he's going to win the foot race. Robbie Ferguson gets it. Stays on the ground. That's going to be the penalty to Fiji. 5 meters from the line. Ferguson doesn't want to get off it, I believe. It was very close to getting himself a yellow card. Fiji, Ioane Teba wants them to go for the corner. I don't think they're falling for it. I know that he's going to the right-hand side here. Oh, no, he does. He actually goes to the left. That's surprising. I thought that he was going to tell a little bit of the double fake, but now Talatoro with the step. He's had 2 assists throughout this game. Can he get himself a third? Back across to the right-hand side now for the Flying Fijians. Ioane Teba thinks about passing. Inside ball. Fiji with another Valu. In fact, it's going to be... Oh, he's dove dead. What an idiot. He's just overrun it. He's tried to do a big dive to celebrate, and he's gone dead. He has had a shocker to Rio Tamani. First of all, he knocked the ball on. Now he could have had the try to win them the game, go through to the final, but I believe he's just put the ball dead with his dive. That is one of the biggest errors you will see. He didn't know how good his own... Oh, he's got it down just by an inch. He's managed to get the try for the Fijians. He's not happy because he knows he's almost just blown that opportunity. His heart would have been in his chest. Well, that's where it should be. You'd hope so anyway. But he's scored the try. He's in emotional wreck at the moment. He is in tears because he has just helped his side make their way through to the final. Very lucky to get that ball down in time. Just. Baraka for the commentary, Mr. Hamish. No worries at all. So it will be Fiji going through to the final to take on New Zealand. And that is going to be an absolutely outstanding match. Almost a heart attack, says Salah. Wait, I cannot tell what is happening, says Krish. When you see the replay, you will probably have your heart drop when he does go for that big dive. And only Fiji will do something risky like that, says Francis. And also, such good commentary, says Salah. And congratulations, boys, says Sundip there as well. But nonetheless, I do thank you all very much for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. We will be back for the final between New Zealand and Fiji. I have seen someone ask when the final will be taking place, and the answer to that, it was close to overdiving that one, that is for sure. Yeah, the final will be taking place at 12:15 a.m. New Zealand time. Great commentary, brilliant, says Anokotha there. And also, may God bless Fiji and New Zealand in for a treat, says the Fish. It's going to be a very tough game when it does come around. What is the final score? I should update that. The final score is going to be 19 points for the Fijians compared to the 14 that we have seen of Great Britain. But ladies and gentlemen, I do thank you all very much for tuning in for that matchup. It was very entertaining. Argentina playing South Africa in the 5th place playoff game. Samoa playing Ireland in the 9th place playoff game. We will be covering those 2 games on the channel, and then also the men's final, Fiji versus New Zealand. Brilliant commentary, says it was Paras. Are you doing YouTube full time? I am not. Alongside YouTube, I have got 2 other jobs that I have got. Or I have got one at the moment, but almost got the next one, which I believe I'm starting next week. So YouTube, we do it all over the weekends, pretty much from Friday afternoon to Monday morning. We do commentary on here, and we're going to be doing Singapore next week as well, ladies and gentlemen. So if you are new and you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. You don't get a game like that too often, ladies and gentlemen. We might even have a little clip of our reaction of those final moments on the channel soon as well. Proud being Fiji, says Serena there. And yeah, doing very well to get themselves that victory, what looked like it was going to be a very hard fought game. And tell you what, fair play to Great Britain. They worked extremely hard for this matchup. They played well up against the USA in their quarterfinal, getting themselves a big win. This game, they were so close many times, but Fiji, the heart, the passion, the determination got them over the line. Yeah, nonetheless, thank you all very much for tuning in. We will be back for some more commentary in only about 50 minutes' time or so, I believe it is, if I'm not wrong, for the 9:05 game that has taken place between Samoa and the Irish. But thank you all very much for tuning in, and I will see you all for the next one.